I just, really disappointed that we didn't hold the lead. I thought up until Jess got her first goal, that brought them back 3-2. I thought we did a pretty good job on her and Lynn Williams. And then that last, 10 minutes or so, I felt like it just, we were out of gas or whatever the case may be, and taking those, we just didn't cope with it well enough. So disappointed. I mean, I'm happy that we've turned the corner a little bit and we're scoring goals and we're creating more chances. But obviously, when you're up 3-1 at your home field with 15 minutes left or whatever it was, you certainly don't want to lose points, which we desperately needed. So.
What did you say to the team after this one?
Well, it's kind of similar to that. Just letting them know that we can't concede points like that at home, and that we lost our way in the last few minutes of the game. And Kay got into them pretty good at the end as well, which I thought was great, showing some leadership there. That these things can't happen at home, and again, we're kind of in that fine balance point too, though, Hal, where I think it's you want to make sure you're still building on the positives, that we have at least somewhat turned the corner after that those 6 game stretches. But at the same time, you've given away 4 points in the last 2 games that we desperately need, and we know. I mean, everybody can do the math. We need 3 points out of these games that we have remaining. So a little bit of a mixed message, that it's. The effort I loved. We went as long as we could with Denise and Steph, and those guys were just gassed to have to make the changes at the end, and we just didn't get it finished out.
Who do you think, besides Kayla, obviously did a good job this match in terms of defending?
Well, and with our team defensively, it was good. I just think that collectively the team was pretty good outside of the early goal. That we were pretty good defensively, knowing that they're so direct in the way they play, and they've got such big physical players, up there around the goal. It's really hard to go up and win those balls, and then they play off of the knockdown. So I just thought collectively, Ellie and Carrie and those guys and Rebecca and Cammie did a pretty decent job for the most part, handling them until that last 10 or 15 minute stretch. And I thought as soon as Jess got the second goal, there was too much time left because we were hoping to get into the water break, up 2 goals with just 15 minutes left, and then you can kind of try to manage the game a little bit better. But they brought them close, so we knew the last bit that we're going to throw everything forward at you, and we just didn't do a good job then defensively, we didn't do a good enough job, period. I thought Kay was fantastic today for us on both sides of the ball, and it was great seeing her get a couple of goals. I thought Rachel was very good for us and dangerous, up front as well. And, the typical ones that usually perform consistently well for us. I thought, Denise was good as long as she could go again. And Mel, I think, kind of ran out of gas at the end. We're still trying to get her back, all of her game fitness. So, we did enough. I mean, we certainly did enough tonight to win, and we just didn't get that done.
Denise O'Sullivan's had a good run of games now starting. Yeah. We've joked before about her size. It seems like opposing teams are really trying to take the game to her physically. Zerboni McCall was on top of her. McCall Zerboni was on top of her all game long every time she got the ball. How have you seen her develop, and especially coping with that physical aspect of it?
Yeah, well, I've told you before, I think a lot of players from South America and Europe have difficulty coping initially with the league because of that physicality. I think the one good thing is Denise, she's got such a intense work rate and competitive, mentality about her. I think she's just probably been a fighter, all of her life because of her size. So she's coped with the league very well, really from day one. I haven't seen her have to have that adjustment period like some of the other players. She has stepped in and been very good for us, and it was a great pickup for us to get her, because I think she's kind of, I would make an argument she might be our most valuable player this year right now, just for the fact of so many players out, and she's kind of controlled things for us there in the midfield. So I think she's coped with it real well. Yeah, I thought Zerboni was really physical with her tonight, and I thought Denise handled it well. And I think one of the things she'll have to do is learn to play off of that. So if you're going to be marked that tight, maybe she can lay that ball off and then look to spin and get it again, or that type thing, because sometimes she wants to hold it too much, and people are really getting a good look at her legs there to get a whack at her. But I thought, I think she's handled this very well, the adjustment to the league. And like I said, I could make an argument that she was clearly in in the mix for being one of our best players this season.
So you have a break now until your next game, the makeup game on August 18th. What's the plan from the team from the standpoint of time off, or I mean, with
Yeah.
everybody else having a break?
Yeah,
How
we'll
do you do
take
it?
a few days off this week and then get back after it at the end of the week because we've got a scrimmage against Baylor University on the 11th. So we can get back a few days to get ready for that. So I think we'll come back in on Friday and get to work again. So we'll have that game, whatever day the 11th is. I think that might be a Thursday, I'm not sure. But so we'll have, about a week to get ready for that because we need to, for us, we need to keep getting after it and keep the work going. We don't want to be off, this whole time that there's no games. And of course, with us having the makeup game with Washington, we've got to be prepared. So I wanted to get a game in before we played Washington after a few days off. So we'll take a few days and then we'll get back at it, at the end of next week.